With the importance of socially responsible investing strategies increasingly ubiquitous, advocates are turning their attention to an area they see as less understood. The social pillar of the environmental, social and corporate governance investing framework, known as ESG in short, has been dubbed the middle child, largely due to data challenges. As ESG has reached new heights in terms of broad awareness on Wall Street and Main Street, those in the space now see an opportunity to better define and quantify the S pillar. There's been quite a bit of growth, said Michael Young, Director of Education and Programs at the Sustainable Institute Forum. But amongst the three, it's definitely sort of the latest to be included in an investment process. And not everybody will use it the same way. For years, the social pillar has been considered relatively nebulous and hard to quantify. BNP Paribas found in 2021 that more than half of the 350 institutional investors around the globe surveyed believed that S was the most difficult to analyze and integrate. At the same time, the climate and corporate leadership themes have garnered growing interest. That came in part as climate change and racial justice have gained more awareness in recent years, pushing investors and company leadership to pay more attention to how corporations perform in these categories. And it comes despite the fact that the ESG investing framework has found itself in hot water politically. Now, investors are left trying to understand what the S means to them and how best to analyze corporate efforts in the space. The elevator pitch definition for the social pillar usually goes something like this. It's how companies interact with their communities, both in terms of their workforces and the locations their business operates in. While data around human capital and diversity has improved over the past several years, investing professionals still see a lack of standardized information that can make social themes harder to integrate. The patchwork of data can also make apples-to-apples comparisons between competing companies more difficult. Looking ahead, Young said a potential human capital disclosure rule from the Securities and Exchange Commission is being watched by advocates. They're hoping the rule will lead to a database of information from companies given to the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission made publicly available. That would be a huge catalyst, he said. It would be the very first disclosure rule in the United States. In the absence of enough standardized data, some have gotten creative. Marian Macindoe, head of ESG stewardship at Parnassus Investments, said data on the share of part-time versus full-time workers, benefits for contract workers and evidence of hiring best practices are all things to consider. She said Parnassus will often ask for engagement data from companies, while admitting it is an imperfect way to measure performance.